Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage we're doing another quick secrets of the XK8, and this is kind of a roll-on from the previous one, in which one of the little secrets was about the pop-in, pop-out headlight height adjuster, and that sparked a lot of comment and interest that I wasn't expecting, because I hadn't thought through the fact that quite a lot of cars don't have that feature. Some have self-leveling headlights because they have HID headlamps, making it a legal requirement in most territories to have self-leveling headlights because they dazzle so badly if they're wrong. And some cars just don't have it full stop as self-leveling or manual adjustment from the dashboard. So, with the help of a very dirty Purdy, yet again, this is not neglect, this is what we call use. I'm going to explain a few of the questions that have come up on the comments area and in emails after the last XK8 Secrets edition. This is the feature in question that we covered in the last video, and it's a headlight height adjuster from 0, which is where it should be, that's the normal position, to 1, 2, 3. And 1 is when you've got a little bit of load in the boot, 2 is when you've got a lot of load in the boot, and 3 is pretty extreme and you'd expect to be towing to need that, if I'm honest. But yeah, it changes the height of the headlights, and if you haven't got this feature, it's not necessarily been removed or you've got a problem. A lot of cars don't have it because maybe in your territory it was not a legal requirement. B, in some of the areas where it's not a legal requirement, it was an option, so some have it, some don't. And C, if you have HID headlights, the tippity top of the range headlights, then in most parts of the world you also have to have an automated version of that self-leveling system. What is that system actually doing? What it's physically doing is taking the two elements on the outside of your headlamp. This is your driving light. This is your main beam, obviously called different things in different parts of the world. And it's taking both of those elements and physically tilting them to a different height. Next thing was, how much difference does it make? This wall is 1 meter away from the front bumper of my XK8, and here is the 0 position, and I've marked it on a wall in the middle of this sort of brown transition area in the lamp shield. There's a mask inside our projector headlamps that produces a very crisp line, but it's crisper over here, so that's top of the range. That's the 1 position, 2 position and 3 position, and that's the whole range over here at just 1 meter away. So obviously 5 meters away, this would be amplified times 5. So it makes a lot of difference. And I'll just operate the lights on low beam for you now so you can see that. First of all, you'll note when I get in the car, that is a difference a driver makes. So bear with that little anomaly. And position 1, 2, 3. And then back to 0. So quite a lot of difference. Then we had the little cluster of questions that made me think to myself, I'm going to actually have to go and film this because There's quite a few things, but hard in words and easy in pictures. And those were around. Well, I have got the automatic headlight adjuster or the manual headlight adjuster, but even with the headlights at the highest point, they are nowhere near high enough. Is there a way of manually adjusting them? Yes. There were other questions around, if you manually adjust the headlights, does that mean that you've changed the settings for the 0, 1, 2, 3 positions or just the 0? The answer is you've changed them all. So the 0, 1, 2, 3 is just from 0, wherever you've set it, move this much, this much, this much further. So if you adjust the headlights, then those settings on the dashboard are all different. And finally, and kind of most importantly, where is the manual adjuster on the headlights? Is it a garage job? Can we do it ourselves? It's really easy, and yes, you can do it yourselves. As always, please bear in mind my car, UK spec, right-hand drive, and very, very early. So you may not have this, but if you have this, remove it, which is just a quick pull up, covers your ABS motor. As soon as you've removed the cover off the ABS motor, or not if you don't have one, then on this side of the car, it's relatively easy to spot. It says pointing and obscuring the view. Spot this knurled wheel here. So I move my fingers, hopefully you can see it now. That, because I do have electric headlight adjuster, is on the back of a motor. If yours doesn't have it, then it will just be a wheel. And if you turn that, then the headlights go up and down. Really easy to see. Obviously, park your car next to a wall, put the headlights on, turn that wheel, and you can adjust them up and down. On the other side of the car, then small hands are the key, but between the airbox and the back of the headlight, you can see the back of the adjuster sticking out. Again, mine has an element that some cars don't have, because mine's early. You may not have this, but if you want to, you can remove that very easily. Just gives you a better view of what you're doing. And there you can see the whole of my headlight motor, but this was sticking out the back of it anyway, and you turn that and the headlight goes up and down. So finally, I'll show you that adjustment happening. Just turning on the ignition, get the headlights on. I'm in the 0 position. I'm going to just put my fingers into the right place, adjust the wheel now, and I'm going, that's down. See if I can come way up for effect. That's about 3/4 of a turn. Now I'm going to operate the headlight adjuster for its various positions. It's in 0. Obviously I've sat in the car, so it's moved a bit. 1, 2, 3. Back to 0. Get out of the car. And there it is. So they're set movements from 0, not set positions that I've got on the dashboard. Now I'm going to adjust it back. That's about right. And we're done. There we go then. So that's another little secrets of the XK8 out of the way. Hope it helped out those of you who had questions following the last one, and hope you can see that it was too difficult for me to put in the comments how to adjust the headlights, because It's easy to do, just describing where to do it from is quite difficult, as is are they set positions or are they from where I've manually set them, etc. So if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. Please click the little bell icon that comes up if you haven't already done so, even if you have subscribed, because without that, YouTube no longer sends you any notifications. So subscription is not really complete until you've clicked both subscribe and the little bell. Share with your friends, enjoy your comments, and I look forward to seeing you all again really soon on To The Garage. Grrr.